Street Fighter 6 came out a couple of weeks ago and I played 10 hours of ranked. Why did I do this? Probably because of Snake Eyes. This is peak Zangief. Look at this. This is the greatest clip I've ever seen in my life. Now, I played a lot of Street Fighter, especially Third Strike, but when it comes to online, like rank, I think the highest I've ever been is probably Super Bronze in Street Fighter 5. So this is definitely going to be a challenge. So I played 2 minutes of practice and I jumped straight into rank. Not practicing was immediately not a good idea because for this first hour I was just getting whooped, but I did end up taking a set against the Honda and actually going on a pretty good streak, but I got robbed by a Cammy and then immediately had to go up against the DJ, which was the most annoying fight in my Street Fighter 6 history, which was like 45 minutes at this point, but that's not the point. I just said point twice. It doesn't matter. On to hour 2. The first 20 minutes or so of the second hour were mostly just training mode. Spoiler alert, I don't use any of these combos for the rest of the video. But I did actually end up doing pretty good for most of this hour. I ended up finding 3 different Cammies in a row. I got to Silver 1, which was pretty good, and I got a 7-win streak. Again, got unfairly robbed by Jury. But I think the reason I did so good this hour is because patience is key. I wasn't actually like trying to rush as many things down. I wasn't jumping as much. So I think it led to more clean games, especially this one with Ken. But I ended up losing this match. This was annoying, but I was playing it more patiently. Hour 3 was kind of a slow one. I didn't really go on any long streaks or anything like that. I did get a really cool punish on this Ken though. Speaking of, I fought 3 of them in a row. I don't know what's up with Street Fighter 6 and giving you the same opponent over and over again, but I guess it keeps happening. I also learned a pretty important lesson this hour, that there's 2 very different kinds of Zangiefs. There's the bad Zangief, which I actually did pretty good this match and it brought me to Silver 2. And then there is the Snake Eyes, Itabashi Zangief level Zangiefs that just kind of curb stomp you for the entire game. And that's what the second match was the entire time. I learned through this 10-hour challenge that I really need to learn the Geef matchup better because you're either stomping or getting stomped for the entire match. Hour 4 and 5 are lumped into one category because I played them back to back. And for these 2 hours, I kind of had one goal in mind, and it was to just keep on ranking up. I had my sights set on gold before the challenge was over, and by this point I definitely knew it was possible. I only made it up to Silver 3 by the time the 2 hours were over, but I definitely learned a lot more things, like forward medium kick leads into an SPD. I actually learned that from the previous Zangief, so I kind of had a lot more footing in what I was going to do for my game plan. And that game plan carried its way on to hours 6 and 7 because I kind of went on a tear for this one, because I got 2 different 5-win streaks and I made it all the way up to Silver 5. So gold was just right around the corner. I was getting a lot more punishes down and I was doing a lot more in situations where I actually have the advantage. So I was kind of getting things down for Street Fighter 6 here. But unfortunately, I still had no idea what I was doing for combos, so I started to watch a lot more like Zangief clips, and I kind of realized that these combos are going to take some time to learn, so I'm just going to neutral it out for now. So on hour 8, despite fighting some of the hardest people I've gone up against so far, I finally hit gold 1, and my punishes are still grade A, but I do have a big flaw in my plan so far, and it's that I keep jumping in on people randomly and getting punished, but I'm working on it. And it carries over to hour 9 is probably one of my least successful hours because I didn't actually go up in rank at all, but I think I got some of my coolest moments actually, because it turns out that once you get into gold, people just don't know what SPD is, so I just kept on doing it. And I kind of at this point realized that I'm not going to get much farther in my challenge, so I was like, I'm just kind of going to have some fun. Now finally for hour 10, it was basically a continuation of my victory walk because I achieved everything I wanted to in the challenge. I got better at Street Fighter. I made it to gold 1, which was definitely a first for me. And I think overall, this might be one of my favorite modern day Street Fighters. I'm still playing the game and I'm still getting godlike punishes. So if you guys want to see another part of this series or something like that, like it or let me know. Cause I mean, what am I supposed to do? Read your mind? I don't know. Fucking know. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'll see you guys later.